Hi friends, it's Thursday the 26th and today I'm sitting on my couch and Bubba's here. He's going to listen to read aloud. Riley's taking a nap, but maybe she will be featured for Friday's read aloud. So I'm going to read 2 chapters because they're both pretty short today. So there's Bubba snoring away. If you hear him in the back, that's what the noise is. All right, chapter 27, Aaron Hackman. Young man, we've been waiting nearly half an hour, the Dumbledore tells me. You promised to set up the card table for us. We'll get to it later, I tell her. We're busy. This old bat has a voice like screeching gears on a truck with a bad transmission. You don't look very busy to me. You're just standing around the snack cart eating the cookies that you're supposed to be passing out. Which is a big job, Bear pretends to be outraged. You expect us to just do this on an empty stomach? Chill out, I advise Dumbledore. 5 more minutes. It goes without saying that the community service at the Greybeard Motel is about as much fun as sticking your hand in a garbage disposal. The one good thing is that you get to mess with the residents. She's been bugging us half the morning to set up an extra card table in the rec room so she and the 3 other blue hairs can play bridge. We've been having a few laughs seeing how long we can blow her off. 5 minutes, try 5 hours, maybe 5 days. If she doesn't like it, let her set up her own card table. She's built like a sumo wrestler anyway. In frustration, she retreats into the rec room and Bear and I crack up. Oh, we'll do it for her eventually, right before her head explodes. We help ourselves to more cookies, but Bear tries to hog the last chocolate one, and we end up down on the floor fighting for it and laughing like crazy. The cookie is crushed before either of us can eat it. We're getting back to our feet, brushing off the dust and crumbs when we see him, Chase, striding down the hall like he's on the Amazing Race, in a real hurry to get somewhere, and he's not too thrilled about it. Ever since our fight on the football field, he hasn't been turning up for community service. Not that he's really on it anyway. I guess he's back, or at least he's visiting the video star, the nastiest old Dumbledore in the building. Bear, who has amazing sight, spots the bulging pocket first. It looks like he's carrying a baseball, but there's a piece of cloth trailing from the opening. Hey, Ambrose, I call. What you got there? He ignores me and shifts his path to the opposite side of the corridor. Bear blocks his way. Hey, we asked you a question. Another shift, so I step outside Bear, and together we block the hall. Chase does exactly what a running back would do on a football field. He puts his head down and tries to blast through us. But we're linemen, and we stop him cold. In a game, I'd be trying to strip the ball. In this case, I reach down and grab the white fabric, and I yank. A dish towel opens up in hand, and something flies out of it. And there it is. It hits the floor with a clink. Star-shaped, blue ribbon. It's the geezer's medal. Chase falls on it like he's recovering a fumble. Bear and I go down on top of it. 2/3 of that is ours, I yell. But it belongs to Mr. Solway. He doesn't care. He barely remembers, Bear grunts. Get off of me. Somehow he heaves us both clear and scrambles to his feet. You're not going to win this, man, I tell him. It's not even unfriendly. I'm giving him valuable information. We're taking that medal no matter what we have to do to you. He hesitates, considering his options. During the pause, Dumbledore comes back into the hall. What's going on out here? It's more than 5 minutes, and we need our table set up now. Oh, I'll do it, offers Chase, grabbing the opportunity to get away from us. The medal concealed in his fist, he escorts Dumbledore into the rec room. Bear starts to follow them, but I hold him back. Too many witnesses, man. Be patient. He can't stay in there forever. We watch like hawks from the doorway, figuring he might try to stash the medal and come back for it later, and when we're not around. It's in his right hand. He never opens those fingers while he's setting up the folding table and chairs. He keeps one eye on us. I favor him with a grin that says, we're gonna get you if it's the last thing we do. He's toast, Bear whispers. The only way out of the room is through us. The Dumbledores in the rec room are fawning over Ambrose like he just saved the world. They love him as much as they hate us. It's enough to make you barf. He even takes a small potted plant from the TV cabinet and sets it on the table to be a centerpiece. The blue hairs are practically wiggling in joy. Then, as Chase turns, his elbow knocks the coffee pot off the table. It hits the floor and shatters, spilling earth all over the place. Bear loves it. Ha, what a loser. Ambrose rushes to the corner where a vacuum cleaner stands against the wall. He plugs it in and starts to clean up the mess. We almost miss it. As he runs the vacuum back and forth over the dirt, he opens his hand and drops the metal into the unit's path. In a heartbeat, it's sucked up and gone. He glances over his shoulder to see if we notice. I pretend we didn't, but Bear's face is bright red, which is a dead giveaway. Chase is vacuuming toward us now, speeding up, breaking into a run. The plug pops out of the wall. The vacuum falls silent. He keeps moving, though he's charging at us. Bear and I block the door and brace ourselves to deck him again, just before impact. He lifts the vacuum cleaner like a battering ram and slams into us. We're both knocked back onto our butts, choking in a cloud of dust, and the collision forces out of the filter bag. By the time our vision clears and we struggle back up again, Ambrose is almost out of sight down the hall, still cradling the vacuum cleaner. We stare at each other, and the minute we get our breath back, we yell together, "Get him!" We take off after our star running back. We've never been able to outpace him before, but this time, he's carrying a vacuum cleaner, not a football. That's bound to slow him down. Chapter 28, Shoshana Weber. By the time I get to Portland Street, I'm walking so fast that the others are half a block behind me, running to catch up. Chase, I didn't think I would be madder at him than I already am, but this almost makes it worse. He's innocent on the attack of Joel, and I saw it with my own eyes. It was easier when I could just hate his guts, no questions asked, but it's not as simple as that. Now, every time I work myself into a good rage, I'll see him trying to protect Joel, or working with the video club, or interacting with Mr. Solway, and that will ruin everything. It's the mix of good and bad that makes my head spin. Worst of all, the mean things I said to him, I don't know if I can take them back. In the lobby, I wait for the others to catch up and drag them down the hall to Mr. Solway's room. I knock on the door but burst inside without waiting for an answer. The old man is doubled over in his favorite chair, working at his sneaker lace. Well, don't just stand there. Come on in and help me undo this knot, says the old grouch. I don't bend in the middle like I used to, and when I get close enough, I can't see. I step inside and the others follow. By all means, Mr. Solway adds, invite the whole world. Watch the old Koger trying to untie his shoes. Who's bringing the popcorn? You're going to have to blow up all the balloons yourself. I don't have any wind for that. I kneel down and pick the knot out of his shoelace. Mr. Solway, has Chase been here yet? He shakes his head. Haven't seen him in days. You either. I feel awful. I haven't come by since Joel got hurt, and now I realize that Chase hasn't visited since that horrible day either. It never occurred to me that before, because my only thoughts about Chase were how much I despised him. But to Mr. Solway, it must look like we didn't need him anymore because our video was finished and we just tossed him aside. It's my fault, I confess. I got mad at Chase for something that was only partly his fault. That's why he stopped coming. Not because he didn't want to see you, but because he didn't want to see me. And I stopped because I didn't want to run into him, and you get it. I feel a hand on my shoulder. Joel is standing next to me, and I realize that he's trying to tell me that I'm getting so worked up that I'm not making much sense. A crooked smile is on Mr. Solway's craggy face. I wouldn't be young again for all the tea in China. Kimberly steps forward. We saw a movie about you at my school. That was Warrior, Brendan supplies quickly, the project that Shoshana and Chase did together. There's a commotion out in the hall, loud voices and pounding footsteps. Mr. Solway frowns. Not wheelchair roller derby again. The greatest destination. They think that they own the world. I poke my head out the door to see Chase sprinting toward me. Of all things, a vacuum cleaner is clutched in his arms. As I watch, he's yanked violently backward on his feet. He falls hard, still clinging the appliance. Aaron is on the floor behind him, both hands on the electrical cord that brought Chase down. Bear hurdles, then Aaron falls and descends on Chase like a bird of prey. And when Chase won't give up the vacuum, Bear rains punches on his head and shoulders. I hear a cry of outrage from Kimberly, but it's not as loud as my own. The two of us rush forward and jump on Bear, trying to pull him off Chase, and it works. He scrambles back to his feet and shoves us away. Kimberly bounces off the wall and we stumble together. Our heads meet with a crack. I see stars. Hey! Brendan comes flying at Bear, his anger leading his courage. He begins pummeling Bear, landing blow after blow. It's insane. He isn't even making proper fists. His thumb sticks out like an apple stem. Then Bear's shocked expression turns to cruel glee and laughs as Brendan continues to flail at him. Finally, he hauls off and catches his much smaller assailant with a bone-crushing uppercut to the jaw. Brendan lifts off the floor and lands 6 feet away. Amazingly, he gets up, his chin bright red from the punch, and starts at Bear again. Chase is on his feet, reaching out for Brendan. It's a good idea. Those 2 gorillas could really dismantle him. Aaron snatches the vacuum off the floor and drags it back like a baseball bat, and that ball is Chase's head. Mr. Solway Walker comes freeing down the hall. It slams into Aaron's kidneys just when he's off balance for a home run swing. He and the vacuum tip over backward onto Bear. 3 of them, Aaron, Bear, and the Hoover, clatter to the floor. Ha! Bullseye, says Mr. Solway with satisfaction. There they are! The heavy doors at the end of the corridor are thrown open, and Joel appears, leading Nurse Duncan and 2 security guards. Way to go, Joel! At least someone had the brains to go out for help. Aaron and Bear are ready to fight another round, but the arrival of security and the head nurse puts an end to it. Brawling in the middle of a court-ordered community service is not going to look good on our record. Bear points an accusing finger at Chase. It's his fault! Nurse Duncan is in a towering rage. What's his fault? Residents begin to appear in their doorways to investigate the cause of the disturbance. What is all this insanity about? In answer, Chase pulls the filter bag off the Hoover and dumps the contents on the floor. He digs through the mound of fuzz and dirt and comes up with his star-spangled ribbon, gray with dust. Dangling off the end of its highest and most renowned military decoration any American soldier can wear, the Medal of Honor. Not even the contents of the vacuum can dull its brilliance. Is that mine? Mr. Solway asks in amazement. Chase nods. I took it from you. I don't remember doing it. It was before my accident, but that's no excuse. He hands it to its rightful owner and bows his head. It was the old you, Brendan mumbles again. There's only one me, Chase says so quietly that I could hardly hear him. Mr. Solway turns the medal over in his fingers. He seems stunned. What about those 2 clowns, he asks. Were they in on it? Ann and Bear turn terrified eyes on their former best friend. No, it was just me, Chase replies. I took it and I hid it behind a loose cedar shake on the roof of my house. That's what I was doing when I fell. I guess I got what I deserved. He shakes his head. I don't know why I would do such an awful thing. I must have thought I could sell it. Mr. Solway looks shocked and very sad. I almost speak up for Chase, but the sight of the stolen medal strikes me mute. Good Chase, bad Chase. There's no question that we're looking at the handiwork of the worst of all. I can tell that Joel wants to support Chase, but he doesn't know what to say. He's the quiet twin, and I'm the mouthy one. Brendan's jaw is turning purple, so he's not talking either. Kimberly's completely lost, and Aaron and Bear are so relieved that no one's blaming them that they keep their mouths shut too. The only word comes from Nurse Duncan. Well, I have no idea what any of this is supposed to mean. The one thing I understand is that a crime has been committed here. She takes a deep breath. I'm calling the police. Well, friends, I hope you have a great Thursday. We are very close to finishing this book. Thank you for listening, and Bubba says goodbye.